Society?
Strangers. Strangers in society.
Strangers on the internet.
The secret.
Strangers.
Society. Oh, welcome, stranger.
Secret to society. Strangers.
Society.
Welcome to the secret society.
Strangers?
Greetings, strangers. Welcome back to another meeting of the Secret Society of Strangers podcast. Here, as always, faithfully, your host, Lee, with Josh and Jen, my faithful co-host.
What it do?
That's very enthusiastic. I like it.
Yeah, I feel like we have extra energy this episode.
Yeah, because it's all lighthearted. And...
Yeah.
But it's been a while since I did a spirited what it do.
Well, we're about to find out what it do. We got a whole lot of what it do here.
Ooh, tell us what it do, Lee.
First, we made it all the way to April. We made it through March, which wasn't officially like Murder Madness Month, but kind of ended up that way.
It did, yeah.
Pretty much.
But we made it. It's my glorious birth month.
Oh,
Round of applause.
yay!
Everybody cares about me. No.
So is it a whole birthday month, or are you like?
No, I have a day, maybe an hour. But I did give myself a present for this entire month.
Ooh.
Huh.
So I am dedicating this entire month to our extraterrestrial pals, the aliens.
Yeah.
Little green ones, the ones, they're obsessed with butt stuff, the ones that take people out of their beds.
You don't really hear about anal probing that much anymore.
No, I think there's too many people that are like into the butt stuff. So
Well, yeah.
It's not like a thing on their checklist anymore.
It's because of the aliens. That's why everybody's into butt stuff.
That's why they've been secret. That was their mission the whole time.
Yep.
Fingers kept these people addicted to butt stuff. I did not think that's how this was going to start. So apparently, I've been told that people are not nearly as obsessed with aliens as I am. So I thought it'd be a good place to start this month off with like a sort of alien onboarding or crash course, if you will. Not everyone is staring at the sky every day, wishing and praying and hoping that they meet somebody that is from another planet and takes them away forever.
Although that sounds pretty ideal.
You just want your ET moment. That's it.
No,
You just want to find your little creature.
Yeah, it's so fucked up because I was
tips.
going over my notes with my wife, and she asked me, she's like, "Do you even know what you would do if like you came in contact with an alien?" And my literal response was like, "I don't know, but I want it to be special."
Take him out to dinner.
I just wanted to be special.
I was like, "Oh yeah," I was like, "That's bad." And it was
Yeah,
a natural answer too.
That was a genuine answer, though.
It was. It'll be so messed up if I see one before you. That would be so messed up.
He just still doesn't want to convince
fill in the
himself that
animation
he
of
already
me
saw
just
one.
getting red.
Head exploding. I'm just picturing you as like the guy on the Warheads packets.
Yeah, exactly. It was supposed to be me.
God damn it!
Right, so exactly. So since they're not giving me presents, I have to give myself a present and dedicate this entire month to them.
Cool.
Weird.
That's fine.
Non-giving circle.
You do you.
One-sided circle.
It's 2025. You do you.
Well, we're gonna go over common terminology because there's a lot of just nonsense acronyms and phrases, and we throw around a lot of names and dates. So we're going to cover all that stuff. I put together a little fun list of alien races or species. Obviously, they're not confirmed real races. They're just the common offenders.
The common offenders.
Okay.
All right, so we're gonna start with the basics, like real bare bones, start to beginning with types of encounters.
Okay.
So for those of you that don't know, there are 5 types of encounters. There are really like 6 or 7. There's 5 main ones. They come off a scale from a man named J. Allen Hynek, who we'll talk a little bit more about later, but he had an original scale that was 3 types, and they were based on proximity, nocturnal lights, daylight discs, and radar visuals. So
Okay.
daylight disc and nocturnal lights are kind of one thing, but we have since expanded that list to 5 major types of close encounters. We call them CE 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. CE 1 is when someone, a witness, a person that actually sees a UFO, like not like me. So this witness would see it at close range within 500 feet. There's no direct contact. There's no physical anything in the environment. No trees, no marks on the ground, just visual confirmation that you saw a UFO.
Oh, so like when you saw that drone?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, honestly, that's literally the definition of CE1, unfortunately. Yeah.
So
I saw
you
it.
had your experience.
Yeah, unidentified object, but I said I wanted to be special, so it doesn't count.
Who are you to say what's special, though?
I don't know.
Right?
Maybe that's
That's
why
a
I
good
didn't
point.
come back.
UFO princess
My
over
fault.
Yeah, it's like that's not wasting more time on him.
Yeah, it's like the 4th time I've been called a princess in like a week.
Ooh. I know what to say about that.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Guess I got some evaluations of myself to do.
I hope your birthday sash says princess. Birthday
Yeah.
princess.
I should get one. I should get that.
I'm gonna mail one to
Yeah.
you.
That should be what I wear all day. Just I am the birthday princess. Okay. Ready for the next surprise encounter?
Always.
DE2.
Surprise me.
Well, that's a UFO sighting that includes some kind of physical effect. So things like crop circles or electromagnetic traces or interference. Like,
Radiation burns, like people get it on their skin, stuff like that.
yeah, something like that. Or like your car radio gets turned off and on. Yeah, you see like indentations in the ground after you see a sighting or hear noises in the woods or something. So that's 3. Or that's 2, right? 2.
Dose.
Yeah.
CE dose.
We're on to 3, which is an actual contact with a being or entity or a visual confirmation of some kind of creature. So either you see them like flying ship and you can see beings inside the ship, or you see them like coming down the ramp or something like that. Those cases. So if you're saying like the CE3, that means like it's more advanced and it's the more uncommon of the, let's say, encounters. Because I think there's ones that are further down the scale that are more common. So CE4s are like an actual like direct abduction, like full contact, like a Whitley Strieber or a Betty Barney Hill type situation where like they're fully taken and somehow have spotty memories or some kind of hypnosis brings back that they were like on a ship or in contact with said being. Questions so far, children?
What CE
I'm
are you,
Gucci.
Josh?
What CE am I?
Yes.
Yeah, I've never encountered. Oh, I mean,
Why
I've
I think
seen.
you did.
No, I mean, I've seen like a UFO or unidentified object one time. So it would be like
CE1.
CE1.
Right? Okay.
Yeah, yeah. It was like this weird. I was flying from Washington. I think we were going to like Florida, and it was like one of those red eye flights. And I like to sit on the window, so I like opened it up, I looked just to see like what we were around or whatever. And I think we were flying over Montana, and then there was just like the city lights, and then there was like this big. It looked like somebody shot a flare off, but it didn't come from the ground. It just like appeared in the sky,
Ooh.
and like made this big arch, and then just like popped out of existence. Like it didn't fade away like a flare or a firework or anything like that. So I just shut my window and was like, okay, that's cool.
I just saw a video like that the other day, and someone like out on the ocean though, but it went into the.
Yeah.
It did like the same kind of thing, kind of out of nowhere, just floated around and went boop, right into you.
Yeah, I just thought somebody like shot a flare or a firework. I was like, that's pretty fucking high up for
Unidentified.
either of those things.
Okay.
Well, as long as there's not something on the wing.
Or if I look over and the person's just like a reptilian, I'll be like, there's a reptile! Like that one lady did on TikTok.
Oh yeah, that's right.
You're not real, man. That guy's not real.
That guy's not real. And the guy's just sitting there like, am I not? It just has like an existential crisis about his
Or
own
he just like
existence.
stuck out his forked tongue and was
That's
like,
what I was going to
"Yeah."
say. Well, who are we to say
Snake
that she
noise.
was wrong?
I don't know. She kind of disappeared. We could do a whole episode on her.
Did she really disappear?
Weird. It's real weird. It's a weird
Yeah,
situation. She,
exactly.
like, disappeared, came back, but
Oh.
like body language analysts, like real legit, like military people are like questioning if it's actually her and shit.
Huh. Real
Weird.
life deep fake.
Okay.
Who knows? That may be. That's,
Maybe
again,
she got taken by the reptilian.
I would think so. Again, we plenty of stuff coming up this month. All right, now we are on to CE5,
Man.
which is human initiated contact. So what like Dr. Greer states he does.
Just like you meditate and stuff like that. You call them in, and now you've got psionics and all this other shit that's come out recently.
Yep. So that would be a close encounter of the fifth kind.
Should go on his CE5 cruise.
I've been on cruises, man. I did so. I don't like. That's all. Again, man. I get off topic so easily. I say
Yeah.
cruise ship, I get like a whole
Tangent.
emotional tie to cruise ships and shit.
Cruise ship is your trigger word, apparently.
Well, there are, like I said, CE 6 and 7.
I didn't know that.
So a CE 6 would be injury or death by a UFO.
But how would you know if you died by a UFO?
Well, there are reports that military
Yeah.
personnel died
Oh, yeah.
due to contact with them. And then CE7, which is the spiritually based or consciousness based contact. Why these two are rarely used because no one really reports them.
Well, couldn't you like
Like
say
that.
CE7 would kind of roll into like, what was it, 3, where you're interacting with the beings? Because
Yeah.
all these people are talking about like the creatures didn't speak with their mouths. It was all like telepathy and stuff.
I think it's the visual contact that gives you the 3, like the close encounter of the actual
Oh,
being.
okay.
But I mean, who am I to say? I didn't make up the rules. They could
I-
roll them all into one if we want, do whatever the fuck we want.
Yeah, I didn't know there was a 6 and 7. That's
Yeah,
cool.
they're, like I said, rarely used, not like a big pool of data to pull that are CE6 and stuff. Any questions on contact type?
Nope. Even I'm good.
Yeah, that's pretty basic. That's like round 1 complete. Dee-dee-dee-dee. All right, now we're on to the part I'm going to test everybody on after.
Oh shit.
All right, so like I said when we started this, there are a ton of key terms and words that we just throw around quite easily and just
Willy-nilly.
assume that people know what they mean. And a lot of times they just go over people's heads and we look like tinfoil hat people.
I'm here for the tinfoil though.
I know. I was
I
gonna make,
thought Jen was gonna have her tinfoil hat today.
Oh,
I
I'm
was gonna
gonna.
make a custom
Oh,
tinfoil hat. We got ideas. We were
yeah. I was saving. I have expected like at least Lee to be in his hat because I was saving mine for my episode.
I thought about it.
It's epic.
I
Oh god.
didn't want to wear. I wanted to hold on to it. And
I hope
then-
it's like a tinfoil wizard hat, because that's
Oh.
what I'm
that'd be
envisioning.
a really good idea. No, mine was
Oh,
a little
sadly.
sleeker, but
No,
yeah,
just a silver cap or something. Swim cap.
just bald cap, just a bald silver tinfoil cap, just to make me bolder than I already am.
Pretty much.
Yeah, now for lingo, guys. This is where it gets like.
Yeah.
All the acronyms.
Anytime these things come up, feel free to stop me and ask for a filling. Again, we're starting off in the shallow end, kiddie pool. So, ET, obviously, most people know. Extraterrestrial,
Phone home.
simple.
Oh, thank you. I was like, something.
Anybody?
Please.
UFO, unidentified flying object. More now being replaced with UAP to kind of drop that stigma of UFO craze and all that fun stuff.
I struggle
What's
with.
UAP stand for?
Unidentified aerial phenomena. Something like a phenomenon. I'm so
Mhm.
old. Does anyone know what I'm talking about?
Oh, I did.
Nope.
Okay,
I didn't
good.
get
I did.
that
Josh is the baby.
I know.
one. Baby.
All right, so those are basics. Everyone knows what those are. People also usually know what crop circles are.
Mhm.
So crop circles are patterns that appear like overnight in cornfields or wheat fields, tall grass. Usually after a sighting of a UFO or UAP. Not always. Sometimes there's just fancy designs in your corn in the morning.
Then you're just a pissed off farmer.
Yeah. The rest of us are okay with it though. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's interesting. We'll do a whole episode on that too, because there's theories about what they are. Are they just random things? Are they communication? Some of them are clearly hoaxes because the ones that are real are done differently.
Yeah, because like for like a real crop circle, like the actual like crops or grass or whatever, it's not like bent and broken. It's like just bent over,
Yeah.
and then sometimes they're like weaved together.
Ooh, I didn't know
Yeah.
that. Wow.
Yeah. So like there were 90s maybe I watched like two older guys from like Europe who had done it and perfected a way of like hopping through fields with poles and then taking like planks
Yeah.
and pushing the stuff down, but people were like the stalks were clearly all like damaged and broken.
Yeah, not just bent over.
Yeah.
There was a cool video I saw, I think it was on like YouTube or scrolling Instagram or whatever, but it was like, it looked like somebody was filming a crop circle being formed, and it was just like two orbs, and they were just like,
I've seen that. I've seen stuff like that. Yeah.
it's cool.
Yeah. And then I've seen ones that are like clearly like some kind of message, like whatever kind of binary or whatever. I don't know what I'm talking about when it comes to that, but
Ooh.
yeah,
Oh wow.
and then
That's
there's a whole
concerning.
whole episode. That's a fun.
Okay, yeah, off track.
Also, another very common term, MIB, Men in Black.
Oh yeah.
They're associated because commonly they pop up after some kind of CE event and weird people out or scare people enough to make them not want to talk about it, or again, we got to revisit Men in Black.
Yeah, I'd redo Men in Black.
Area 51, also pretty common. If you don't know, the Air Force Base in Nevada, supposedly housing alien technology, alien beings, all of the above. All right, now we get into a little bit more real UFO lingo. I'm trying not to be like derogatory towards people that don't know UFOs, which is a weird thing to even think about.
Once again, I feel attacked. They're surprised.
Diving into the real
It's
topic
such a dumb
of
thing. Like,
UFOs.
who the fuck is like? Who am I? Like it's
Oh, don't
probably worse.
backpedal now. It's fine.
It's probably worse that I know about this stuff so well that I can do this like and not really think about it. There's like I had to have someone do my taxes. I should learn how to do that.
But here you are, chock full of UAP info.
I'm ready to go. I'm like the
Silent poop.
worst wedding guest because I just sit at the table and wait for someone to ask me a question about something weird. I just sound like David Icke the whole time. Reptiles have taken over. So next, a flap or a flap area. So a lot of times you'll hear people refer to like, oh, there was a UFO flap. That means that like a particular area had a lot of sightings over an extended period of time. Like a couple days, there were multiple sightings each day. It's called a flap.
I don't get. Yeah, I don't like. I've never liked that term. It's just
Doesn't.
weird. It gives me the
You
ick.
I don't know. There is
Close
probably
to the clap,
some
maybe.
Close to the clap.
ick. It's icky.
Said
Flap.
icky and rhyme. I don't know.
And then
No
yeah, you guys in
explanation for why I
Pennsylvania.
said that.
Didn't you guys in Pennsylvania have like a UFO and Bigfoot flap?
Yep, we have flaps.
Stupid. I don't like
Up top, upstate, we got a flap.
I need to
Flap,
work on
flap.
that. That's stupid. I'm sorry.
There has to be a different term.
Yeah, I
There
heard
should be.
they
There really should
is
be,
they
but-
need to fix that.
Till then, we're
We
stuck with the
talked to
flap. Flap it out.
Never.
When in
Seriously.
doubt, flap it out.
I'm gonna be 12
Okay,
every time
next.
somebody says that. Don't say it anymore.
I'm flapped out.
Goes. Okay, next. You'll hear people refer to things called skunk work. Just keeps getting better, right?
It just keeps getting so much better for Jen.
I should be skipping around just so these aren't coming back to back. They
Evidently,
Skunk
read
works
this out
and
loud in my
flap.
head like this.
they stink at least. Is there some like relation?
No, not really. So it's the
Oh,
original term for the Lockheed Martin Advanced Development Program. Now people kind of just use it as an umbrella term for like those kind of advanced technology programs that are somehow like black budget funded or hypothetical.
Yeah, your secret R&D programs, pretty much.
Yeah.
It's like, why does this screw cost $10,000 when it
Yep.
really costs 20 cents?
We had 55 million manuals printed out to like just sit here. Paid $1 billion for it. What a deal, right?
Yeah.
All right, next up, Foo Fighters.
Not just a cool band.
So Foo Fighters was a common term used by pilots in World War II that were seeing these things in the Pacific Arena and over Europe, flying their little crappy rickety planes that amazed them. They fucking got to fly anyway. And they're seeing like spheres or orbs.
Or like
Yeah.
bell-shaped ones.
Yeah, there's a bell-shaped ones or cigar-shaped ones. We'll get into
Some as big as your head.
like, hey Arnold, move it, football head. Experiencer, kind of self-explanatory. It's the preferred term over abductee.
I mean, like, how would you feel if you were like, well, as you are actually a grown adult, if you said I was an abductee?
Hey man, if I
He'd
was
wear
special
proudly.
enough,
You would be about it.
You would.
Yeah.
You
Be
would.
about it.
He'd have the
Tattoo.
shirts printed.
Ask me
Abductee.
about my abduction.
Yes.
Would be
Prince
your
Sash.
sash.
over. This is the green alien face. No, I'm not that lucky, man. I'm not that lucky. Next up, implants. So, also kind of obvious what they would mean, but there are reports of experiencers reporting that they've come in contact with some kind of entity that has left something in their body, a piece of metal or ball, or sometimes they're like there and they disappear. Sometimes people claim that they pulled them out. See them on x-rays.
It's not like you can sue the alien for malpractice. I mean, like, if a doctor leaves a sponge or is watching you.
That was always something that scared the hell out of me. Just the
yeah.
thought of like someone leaving like an instrument inside of you.
Supposed to count
Yeah.
twice. And it's
What?
supposed to count. We're supposed to count twice.
Oh yeah. 10 times. The whole pack out.
You haven't even done the surgery yet, and you're just counting to make sure.
I got them like all tied to my like arms and shit, just dangling so I don't drop
It's
anything.
on that retractable keychain thing.
Scalpel. Just stabbed myself. I'm okay. I'm okay. Now, Majestic 12 is a term that comes up quite often. A little bit less now that we've moved on to like having hearings again about this thing. But it was a reported secret committee of scientists, military leaders, government officials. It was formed in like 1947, and it was under the executive order of President Harry Truman. Again, reported that it was to investigate aircraft and unidentified ships and determine whether they were some kind of threat or what they were.
And like Bush Senior was on like Majestic 12 too.
Yeah,
Because he was the head of the CIA at the time.
Again, we could do a whole episode on like Majestic 12 and all these like legacy programs and stuff.
I'm just rewatching the X-Files and it's just all there.
All right. Any questions so far? I should ask that, right? No? Anybody? Good.
I'm Gucci.
Will anybody out there listening have a question? Too bad.
Put it in the comments.
I can't hear you. You could hear me.
This is not live.
No, but next time we do have live, if you do want to ask a question, that's the place to do it.
Boom.
Next, we have a skiff, which is something that's come up a lot recently. And that is a sensitive, compartmented information facility. So when you hear like David Grush saying to a politician, "Oh, I'd be happy to discuss that with you in a skiff." So it's like a designated room, building area where it's like super secure. The idea is to not have any like data leaks or any mobile devices allowed that can be hacked or taken over somehow.
Yeah, usually these rooms are like super thick padded rooms, like insulated and stuff like that. It's got a lot of like cell phone jamming, a lot of, you can't like get a radio signal and stuff like that in there because it's just very like highly sensitive classified information that you're talking about in those rooms.
Yeah, you have to have flat clearances.
Gotta have the black card pretty much.
Next, we have something we use a lot as well recently is FLIR. So forward-looking infrared. So those are like the special cameras that military planes, and they're probably on ships and everything too.
Yeah, we had it in our Bradley. It's just pretty much just night vision. It's like a thermal visions, like some things burn white hot, some things are black, and then you invert it. And it's just like the stuff that's usually white is super hot, and the stuff that's black is usually cold. It's just like a thermal camera, essentially.
And then there's the AT-FLARE, which is advanced targeting forward-looking infrared, which is like the ones that like lock on and do all.
Yeah, it's like the pilot stuff.
Yeah.
Dude, their helmets, side note, their helmets are super cool because like you pull them down and it's got like this big old like augmented reality type thing.
HUD, the whole
Yeah,
shit.
it's
Like
so
Master
insane.
Chief.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and their like helmets are
Wow.
like $100,000 each, just because there's so much technology jam packed into it.
Jeez. Cool.
Man, when you spend all your money on weapons and technology for weapons, you get some cool shit.
Yeah.
Exactly. So we go on to NORAD, which is the North American Aerospace Defense Command. I don't think I can explain any more than that. That's what they do.
They
Right.
also track Santa.
Yes, they do.
for
You can
Christmas.
on Christmas Eve you can watch Santa on NORAD.
Dude, that was my shit when I was a kid. I'd be like, he's coming! And then it was just all
She's in
destroyed.
Egypt. I see him.
It was just all shattered.
We just that was this year. For
Oh,
us.
you're just letting that out of the bag.
Yeah,
How'd that happen? I mean, how'd that go?
Shit, it's just that your kid's not dumb.
Oh yeah.
You know,
Like,
Yeah.
I clearly saw you guys put presents out last year.
and they're just like, did you start to put it together? They're like, come on, like,
Yeah.
obviously,
just
I know there's
happened.
no. Yeah.
I'm just gonna see how long I could take it.
Oh, we did. That's what we did. We didn't like have a sit down. She just was like, "It's you, isn't it?" And then you're just like, "Yeah."
Like, no, absolutely not.
Back in the
Yeah.
day, but
It's a
now like
skinwalker.
my daughter's old enough. Like she calls bullshit on almost everything.
It is true.
That's
Um,
sad because we probably believed it a lot longer just because we didn't have,
uh,
the
I
interwebs
think
and
I believed until I was like 10,
I don't remember.
maybe like
third,
11,
fourth
10.
grade.
Yeah.
No, I guess yeah. I guess even back in the day, that's still the age.
Yeah, and I went to a heavily Jewish school, so there were so many kids willing to just tell you that Santa
Oh.
didn't exist. Just willing to spoil Christmas real quick.
Womp womp.
So this is a kind of uncommon one, but it does come up, so I thought I would include it. TTSA, which is To the Stars Academy.
Oh, Tom DeLonge.
Yeah, so it's Tom DeLonge's academy. He kind of puts that together. It was an organization to kind of collect funding for UFO research outside of military control, so like a civilian started research type
Is
thing.
it still going? I thought he stopped it or it got something happened with that.
I don't want to misspeak about it, but I think there's a weird way they like dissolved it into something else to like keep the thing going, but like reface it in a different, not so forward facing academy type thing.
Gotcha. And then Tom DeLonge just kind of came out of like left field with his like all his like UFO stuff.
Or did he? He has a
Government plan.
song called Aliens Exist from their album in like the early 90s.
Oh.
He had an experience.
Maybe he knew all along. Maybe he has an implant.
Maybe
Who
he
knows?
is the implant.
Implant. Dun, dun, dun.
Plot twist.
Now, on to these shill MFers. MUFON was the Mutual UFO Network. They are again, like civilian-based UFO research thing. They actually do have a lot of data. Like, I hate them because they're like that whole like paywall buy into us, like become a member type thing. But like, they do have a lot of reports of UFOs and a lot of accumulated data over the years.
Yeah, because isn't it like you pay to be a member of MUFON or whatever, and then you go and like do your own little personal investigatories and
You
stuff like
can,
that?
yeah.
Yeah.
Or you could just join and then you just have like access and you get like mail, like newsletters and shit.
Yeah. I just want a decoder ring.
Oh man, get your Ovaltine.
Fuck yeah. Sick
Oh,
ass
that shit
decoder ring.
is gross.
Ovaltine?
Yes, I tried it. It's gross.
Oh,
Like
I
for
didn't
real?
mind it.
you liked it?
I didn't say I liked it. I
Oh.
didn't mind it.
Oh, I was gonna say I was surprised you even had it. Northern. Well, you were down south.
I grew up in North
you were down
Carolina.
south.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
Grits
wasn't
and
that
coffee,
common.
man.
Oh, grits is so good.
I love me some
Ugh.
grits.
Ew.
Grits and
Oh.
toast? You don't even need a spoon.
Mm.
Game over.
Mm-mm.
Oh, a runny
No
egg.
grits.
Oh man, give me a Waffle House any day.
Oh yeah.
Wow, this is a wild man.
I love Waffle House. The dirtier the Waffle House, the better you know the food's gonna be.
Crazy shit goes on in Waffle Houses.
Oh,
Probably
Alright,
ran
so-
into a couple of aliens at a Waffle House.
That's where they guarantee they hang out there, throwing chairs in the fucking fights that happen. All right, keep it moving with NICAP, National Investigation Committee of Aerial Phenomenon. So I'm saying there's all these acronyms. They kind of just get tossed around willy-nilly, and people just expect you to know what they mean. A lot of them are almost the same thing.
I was gonna say, isn't NICAP and MUFON essentially the same thing, but just two different organizations?
Yeah, and one is like national, probably has some federal funding to it. Same thing, like yeah, there's a group of people logging reports of UFO contact or ET contact. So they do have, like, you can do a lot of research and a lot of studying and find all the flaps. They're there.
I'm good.
I
Alright,
reject that.
I reject.
I said good day.
We got.
Flapping goodbye to flaps.
I'll try not to say it again. But it doesn't get better because next is a tip.
A tip and a flap.
Advanced
Why?
Aerospace Threat Identification Program. Like, guys, stop with this bullshit naming.
There's so many acronyms
Yes.
in the government.
Because then we move on to NORCAP, the
The fuck is
National
that?
Aviation Reporting Center of Anomalous Phenomena. Then we have SAPs, which are Special Access Programs, the kinds of things that they would be talking about in skiffs. Not privy for us.
That security job that my dad wanted me to do in Florida on the Navy base, I would have had to have access to SAPs.
Ooh,
So I would have had to have a TS clearance.
Ooh.
couldn't be friends with me. I'm definitely on the list somewhere.
I'm on all of the lists, I'm sure.
Which brings us to TS or SCI, Top Secret, or Sensitive
Oh.
Compartmentalized Information.
And usually when you have like a top secret clearance, you have to take like polygraph tests too. So like it'll say for like you're trying to apply for a certain government job and it says like TS with a polygraph, that means you have to go through the top secret clearance, vetting and stuff like that, and then you also have to take a polygraph test.
I want to do that.
Just take a polygraph test? I think that would be
It would just
That would be
spike the whole
fun.
time
because
they'd
it'd be so nervous.
Yeah, I don't want to
but
do
also
it
I'd be like,
for that, but yeah.
tell me the truth. There a UFO behind that door? He's so
Just
excited.
sweating
Yep.
bullets.
This is it. This is it. Oh, did you guys? Probably not. Great movie, but the last Venom movie,
Oh, I did see that one. That was pretty good.
the dad in that movie is literally me. He's like, all I can think about is aliens. He's driving his family to Area 51, and then like aliens attack. He's like, aliens suck.
Suck. It was
It was a superhero movie.
yeah, Venom. Good stuff. Wholesome family fun. Tom Hardy.
All right, we did it. We're done with like those kinds of acronyms and terms for now, until they come up with some new ones. So we'll move on to types of UFOs, because there are types of those, if you didn't know.
Because there's types of those. You don't say.
No,
Couldn't have said it better.
right?
They don't come in one shape and size.
Hey, man, this is nuts and bolts. This is from the base up. People may not know that there's types.
I am not people actually with that. I did know that.
I am not people.
I started to say I am people, and I was like, wait a minute, no, I'm
Okay.
not. I'm not claiming that.
I also say that I am not people sometimes when I do feral shit.
Ah. All right. So, do you guys want to talk about the types, or you just guys? Everyone's too smart, and never knows the types.
No, tell
Do,
the
do
people
a
about
run
the types.
through. Yeah.
All right. Well, there's like the classic flying saucer. It's like the obviously disc-shaped things. You throw a disc in
Oh,
the air.
is it obviously? Is
Snap
it?
a
I know.
picture.
I was like,
See, I'm guilty too. See, there you go.
This would be a flying saucer.
Yeah,
Woo.
All right. So next type, like I said, cigar shape, so that like long cylinder shape. Spheres, just obviously balls in the sky,
Ball lightning.
which is a real thing, but not what they say it is a lot of times.
Living plasma.
I feel like that's what I saw. Like when I was in the cemetery, that's like what I feel like what I saw was like.
Oh,
plasma.
yeah. I don't think Jen
Ooh.
knows your cemetery story.
Ooh. Oh man, I'll tell you after. I won't waste
Yeah.
your
Yeah.
this-
time. Okay, so the sphere, triangle. See, we're doing shapes, guys. There's types and shapes.
Geometry.
So light orbs would be next. So more of like just a ball of light. Boomerang and V shapes, which are for me the scariest and most ominous ones, because they're usually gigantic. When people
Oh,
like,
yeah. Like Phoenix Lights. That
Yeah,
was a
report-
big V-shaped one.
people report a V-shaped set of like lights on a craft. It's usually like miles wide.
Well, triangles
wow.
can usually be pretty big too.
Yeah, the triangles are big.
I think cigars are kind of like medium size, and then like saucers would be just like regular, like mid-sized
Compact
sedans.
SUVs and sedans. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, got the whole fam. Got to take out the V-shaped one. And then there's diamond-shaped UFOs, which are oddly more common recently. I feel like I've heard a lot
Mhm.
more about like diamond-shaped craft, or at least craft with like lots of angles.
Yeah, like prism shaped.
Yeah, like very rigid angles.
New technology.
Knows, man.
I think they're all made to spec.
There's a theory. I do want to
The
get
4chan leak.
spend some time on like alien bases. Yeah, and there's also the fact that like, are they built to spec or are they like shit, like some kind of like shape shift?
Oh, like a meta material where it shape shifts like
Yeah, because
a transformer,
they'll talk about like scrap metal like being left behind, like
or like it's just like spewing out like slag metal or some shit like that. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
some weird stuff.
Molten metal.
Now the fun begins.
Good, because this hasn't been fun for 4. No, I'm just kidding.
No, it fucking sucked. God damn it! It was like you were in school. That was just a lot of like information dumping. Now we get to just like have fun and hypothesize because we're going to talk about what the hell these things are.
I was not expecting.
So when we were talking about all these encounters and all these aliens, there are a variety of species, races. I don't know what people call these things. So these that we're looking at now are the Greys from Zeta Reticuli.
Zeta Ree!
They are probably the most common. They're big, dead eyes and their little noses.
Lipless mouths.
Yeah. They are typically 3 to 5 feet tall, with, like I said, large, almond-shaped black eyes, smooth, grayish skin, with like thin bodies and long fingers.
The one on the left, the
Grandma.
skeleton-looking one,
Yeah.
looks way more inviting, and I would be more inclined to hang out with that than the other one on the right for some reason.
What the heck? I thought the exact opposite.
Really?
Yeah.
No, see, the other one has the dead eyes. Like the eyes and the face are just so like.
We just caught him in a bad moment.
It's
He,
just
Candid shot. Sorry, guy.
he wasn't ready. Yeah. Nobody told him.
You know.
Like,
like the dude on the
Gazelle.
left, he just seems like he reminds me of like Dobby from Harry Potter. If you just put some big ears on him, boom, Dobby.
now,
Little bit.
okay. Now, see, I was thinking he looks like he needs a sandwich, so he's hungry, and that makes me nervous.
That makes me nervous.
Yeah, I like that. You know, Jen puts the whole picture together. She was like, wait. She's like, alien. He's skinny as fuck. He might want to eat me. Like, I like the whole. Yep.
And
Hey,
here
yo.
I am, like, yo, I just want to like hang out with this dude, like,
Like,
go on
when you,
adventure.
like, are you crazy?
So when they look like this, they are just a little creepy to me. There are pictures or images, videos, fake, whatever they are, when like the eye actually has the iris and the pupil, but it's almost
Oh.
as dark as the black part. I find those way creepier. Like,
Yeah, that's pretty creepy. But
Yeah.
then I feel like that gives you like more basis on the fact that like the big black oval eyes are just really big black like UV contact lenses.
yeah, some kind of
Mm.
covering.
Yeah, because their eyes are so much bigger, so like obviously they would take in more light, and then
Or could be like a natural, like alligators and like some of like the fish, you know, sharks, they have like that third membrane.
true that. I saw a picture on Reddit recently. It was like some dude sitting in his car, and there was like a big gray standing out in front of his car, and
I
it had
saw
the
That looked like that.
irises.
But that again, I think that's a painting.
I know, but either way,
I know, exactly.
I did not
It's
like it. I was not a
creepy.
fan.
It was very unsettling. But that's, I think, even what made me think about that now is that picture. Because you can't all be sexy beasts like our next guy,
Oh,
the reptilian,
no. Pass.
Not gonna
draconian,
pass on you.
Pass.
complete pass. Yeah. I mean,
Hmm.
these guys are like usually the ones that are here to like fuck up the world.
Pretty
I
much.
I could see that. That
Tall, humanoid appearance, scaly skin. Obviously, they're reptiles. Split pupils with the ability to shapeshift. A lot of the times they're reported.
I don't
So,
like that.
You will see that like eye slip,
Oh yeah.
they shift. Sharp teeth and claws. Yes. And again, like I said,
Allegedly.
yeah. Conspiracy theorists love this guy. Love these guys.
Because all lizard people are in the Illuminati and
Yep.
controlling the world. And
Everyone's
Yep.
a secret lizard person.
Ah.
Hillary Clinton.
Obama.
Granted, I don't know why these people can't drink like a glass of water. We'll do a whole thing on like shape-shifting lizard
Okay.
people because like you watch like Hillary Clinton, like her whole neck expands when she tries to drink a glass. It's
Oh God.
weird. Yeah, so like I'll talk about him probably a little bit
Oh.
later or in one of the next episodes. But David Icke loves these guys too. His whole career has been built on like everybody's a reptile.
Oh my lord. I can't. I don't know about all that.
Next, I'm actually sometimes
Uh,
accounted for being pretty beautiful. Whatever. These are the Nordics. They do vary in appearance. Some people say like you couldn't even tell the difference, like from a person or a Nordic. Like our sake, they're a little bit more alien looking right now.
Yeah, that is a big thing about like the Nordics. They just look pretty much just like us, and tall and blonde and just like very pale skin.
Blonde hair, blue eyes.
you're from Sweden.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They are allegedly from the Pleiades star.
hmm
You know,
They're supposed to be friendly.
super benevolent, super friendly. Usually reported that their mission is to like guide humanity to like the next level of evolution, spiritual evolution.
Kind of fucking up, aren't they?
Oh,
Yeah,
not as bad
I
as
was
the next
thinking-
guys.
What?
These guys fucked up. The Anunnaki.
What?
So these guys are from the Bible. They're in the Bible. They are the beings that are reportedly from Nibiru, a planet that maybe exists. And again, we could do a whole episode on like Planet X and Nibiru. If it's coming back
Yeah.
or not.
Didn't we do a Anunnaki episode, or did we tie that in with giants?
It came up in Giants, and it comes up in the Book of Enoch.
Yeah, so like they essentially like came to Earth and like created humans as like a slave type thing,
Mm-hmm.
and then we like rebelled against them and shit like that. But they're supposed to be like super giant esque.
So yeah, they stand taller than humans. They're godlike. Sometimes they're described as having like a bluish skin. Other times they're just like giant humans. They reportedly or supposedly messed with some things' DNA to make human. Whatever was here at the time, primitive human, kind of Homo habilis or something. And then like fell in love with them and the women, and it was this whole big, the Bible.
Mhm.
Good story.
Yep.
Page turner.
Oh yeah. So much almost done with the first book. Arcturians.
Oh, I've never heard of these guys.
Yeah, so from the Arcturus star system, they are said to have like a blue-green type skin that's usually like a translucent or glowing. They are highly advanced, technologically and spiritually, so like make us look real dumb.
I feel like anything that has faster than light speed travel can already do
Yeah, right.
that. Like any of these guys are making us look big dumb. Even the reptilians.
Oh, well, I mean, so the reptilians are supposedly like a super ancient race, and if all these 8 races are like that much older than us, they've had huge head starts.
Oh yeah.
But these guys also very nice, supposedly guiding humanity to spiritual evolution.
They need to work harder.
I was about to say somebody needs to make a committee and be like, "Oh, you guys are
Yeah.
fucking up."
And harder and faster. Yeah.
Funny you say that because the next group of beings are the Orion
Oh.
beings,
Never heard of these guys either.
which
I don't-
are almost like an umbrella term for a species of alien. There are two types of these. So some of them are benevolent and good, and there's another group that are malevolent. And those are the ones that a lot of times, like when you're saying we're struggling with our spirituality, they would be to blame. So they would be the ones like influencing us negatively, trying to hold us back, enslave us.
Sweet robes, though.
I know, right? Very Jedi-esque.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Meets Vision.
Hmm.
Yeah, I would love like a suit like that, like a super smart tech suit that like covered you like that.
Oh, so like Iron Man?
Yeah, but like the one on the right, like where like it just looks like skin.
Oh, that's pretty tight. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I get you.
I'm weird. I think about these things.
Oh dear. Okay.
Next up, we have the Sirians from the Sirius star system, often referred to as aquatic or semi-aquatic, and are often connected to Atlantis and Lemuria, highly evolved technologically and spiritually. Everyone makes us look dumb.
Big dum dum.
The Andromedans. These guys weird me out. Even though they're supposed to be super nice and peaceful, their heads bother.
Yeah, the one on the left bothers me a lot. I
Yeah.
think it's the dead eyes.
Yeah. Who knows, man? Again, like my wife said, like I don't know, what would you do if you saw one of these things now?
I hope it'd be special.
If it came looking like this, it better be nice, not private. Like this. I feel like this is the one on the left, like it opens its mouth, like tentacles come out and grab you.
I was just thinking that.
Yeah.
Again, very tall, varying skin tones, blue, white, or just like a pure light. Known to have a peaceful and philosophical nature. So maybe no tentacles out of the mouth.
You never know. I just want to know, like, why are all these creatures like skin blue and stuff like
That's
that?
a good question.
I
Yeah,
don't
did they
know.
not have
And why are
melanin?
they all
Yeah.
so humanoid? I always find that to be a problem. Like everyone's just got 2 legs and 2 arms.
Maybe.
No one evolved like with the advantage of having an extra arm. Are you kidding me? How
There was I
Gotta
think
be.
it's a channel on YouTube, but it's like this guy pretty much took like the planets and like what they were based off of, or like what it would take for life to be there,
I
and he
saw
made
that.
like an intergalactic zoo type
Yeah.
thing. That was pretty cool.
weird like blob creatures and stuff? Just, like, really
Yeah, and then
wobbly.
there was like cool like flying creatures that had like feathers and then like reptile skin and crazy other attribute. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a good show. Fun show. I love anything with aliens.
Yeah.
Like these guys.
Oh.
Insectoids.
No, no.
Mantis creatures.
No, no, no.
Not fully mantis. There is like a divide between like insectoids and mantises. I don't really get it, but
I think they call mantis because like I thought mantis was like straight up like prey mantis, like it was an insect. But I guess it's just like the term of like the way that those creatures hold their arms is very like prey mantis like.
yeah,
But they still have like fingers and stuff and don't look like insects.
yeah, these guys are fucking weird.
I
Yeah.
just need a giant can of Raid.
Yeah, what's the purpose in that? And then?
They are also from the area of Zeta Reticuli and a star cluster called Lyra.
They're bad guys.
They are obviously insect-like creatures with exoskeletons. They are often said to communicate telepathically, and not always bad. A lot of people just say they receive messages from these things, and that's it.
Mm.
I don't want to receive any messages.
Yeah, I
from
don't either.
None of that.
I don't
Yeah,
even
no.
really want to say hi. I don't pass.
Pass.
Uh,
Especially the one on the right.
Oh, I thought the left. Josh, you and I are so off.
Oh, you're so off. The one on the right is terrifying. The one on the left
the one on
isn't
the
that
left
bad.
scares me more. Why is that?
I don't know, they're both pretty creepy.
Yeah, I'm not here for it.
But yeah.
Next up, hybrids, which are a mix of usually greys, sometimes like the Nordics, tall greys, short greys, and humans.
Does one on the left have a tail?
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah, it does.
So like, so there are different types of grays also. So like, you have like the short grays, which are
Mhm.
more so characterized as like being like worker drones or like organic AI, pretty much. And then there's tall grays that seem to be like their handlers.
Again, all hypothetical. Like, there's weird hierarchies amongst all these things. Like, apparently, there could be like the Nordics are in control of all the greys. I've heard that
Yeah.
too. Or the reptilians. I don't know. Oh, like the one on the right almost has like the iris. You can almost see that.
Oh yeah, you could almost see it.
Creepy.
I think she's the more creepier of the two.
Yeah. I'm good with the just straight up gray looking alien. I think I'm very desensitized to that whole.
Until it appears in your room at 3 a.m.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. You wait till you have a toddler. Wait till he's like walking around and waking you up and shit. The way they
Yeah.
wake you up is horrible sometimes.
Staring silently at
Yeah.
the side of the bed.
Just like holding a sock in your face, like, I need new socks.
Like, bud, it's 3 a.m. Why? You don't need socks.
Or like, why couldn't you just like wake me up? Like, say something. Don't be so creepy and just hold
Yeah,
your
exactly.
socks in front of my face.
Stare in silence.
All right. And like, if these haven't been ridiculous enough, they get worse.
Oh.
And like, again, these are not what we plan on talking about all month. These are just various types that come up every now and then. I thought it'd be fun to go through because I really don't think I've ever heard a story with these guys.
What?
I've never heard
The
of Space
Lyran,
Lion-O.
yeah,
When-
basically, yeah, like fucking He-Man or Thundercat.
Yeah,
Ah.
Thundercats.
Uh,
Snarf, snarf.
Like, boop their little nose.
Again, like, what's wrong with us that like the humanoid creature with just big eyes, we're like, oh, you're fucking weird, but the lion that we know is known
What?
for ripping things apart, we're like, ah, boop.
Yep.
Oh, boop.
Cute.
You're so cute, cuddly.
So I don't know much about them. They are from the star cluster called Lyra 2. Humanoid feline-like lion. Ancient, wise, benevolent. I don't know. Sounds like what I would imagine an alien cat to be.
Yeah, so like cats in Egypt, ancient Egypt, essentially.
Mhm.
Maybe. Alright.
Or just that, what was it, Broadway show Cats?
Yeah.
Mr. Mistopheles. Alright. Next. There's your mantis.
Mantids.
Kind of the same thing as the insectoids, like we said. Weird, bug-like exoskeleton creatures. I don't want to see these aliens. Let's put it that way.
No.
Nah, none of the insects, none of the
Mm-mm.
mantids, none of
No.
the antids, none of them.
I'll take these guys.
Yeah.
Aw.
The
Green.
one on the left looks like my son.
Aw.
So the greens are typically said to be from like Mars or Venus. They are the classic like 1950s sci-fi
Yeah.
alien
Man.
boink boink, and little phaser guns go pew pew.
Even their silver suit.
Oh, I love it.
Ah.
Here's the Chitauri. This is like David Icke's bread and butter. This is what he
Least
calls
favorite.
his
I
reptilian.
just thought this was a Marvel thing.
That guy on the right is that's
didn't
what
know
the
that was
name
an
is used
actual, like-
for. But David Icke uses it. Like I said, so these are just like random species that people have claimed.
Look at those
Okay, so
brownie
it looks-
faces.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just looks like aggressive base face.
Ooh.
The avians, so a little bit more common than like the Lyran or the Chitauri. Again, Obviously, if you're looking at this, you know what they are. If you're not looking at them, they're bird-like aliens, so humanoid bodies with either a bird-type head or a human head with like feathers and a set of wings.
So Big Bird from Sesame Street.
Badass.
Yeah. That bird's reading a book.
Yeah.
Bird's reading a book.
And the human's not.
Womp womp.
This is why we are where we are.
Yeah.
Imagery wise, you get a lot of this imagery in ancient Egypt, people with bird heads, things like that. It wraps up races for the most part. There's a lot of just random stuff that you find on the internet. Thought I'd clear it up for you.
I'm more
Noise.
confused.
Confused, yeah. That again, when we get into like the isolated cases, this stuff becomes much easier.
Okay.
The races I just threw in there because they're just fun to talk about.
Mm.
There are a bunch of like important people. I'll just go through like really quick, like some of the names that you're going to hear probably that we talk about. So we mentioned J. Allen Hynek. He was an astronomer and a professor, huge name in the field. So we move on to like Stanton Friedman, another huge name in the field. He was a nuclear physicist who left his conventional career to focus on UAP phenomena. Pretty famous for researching like Roswell, and just being super outspoken on like every documentary ever that had aliens. Jacques Vallée, some of
Jacques
you may have
Vallée.
already heard that name. Computer scientist / astronomer. He was known for his interdimensional hypothesis. So he's one of the people that's more credited with like the theory that like these things may not be extraterrestrial, more interdimensional. Lou Elizondo, who many of you know because if you followed us through our side quest, we've done episodes on him and his book. Former military whistleblower, right now probably one of the most credible people out there for leaks and information about what's going to happen with this topic. Also, what the head of
A-Tip.
ATIP, yeah,
Yep.
just the tip. Stephen Greer, responsible for like CE5 contact. He has a big program. Go.
It's on a cruise ship.
There's also an app. There's also an app which I shouldn't talk shit about because it is just a cool way to get people together that are like-minded. So there is a CE5 app that like gets you in contact with local people that are going to go out and try to do a CE event, summon UFOs.
And you haven't done that, Lee? I'm shocked.
The first part about that is the problem.
The people.
There you go.
Oh, those like-minded people.
Yeah, I know. It doesn't
Are
matter.
you?
They're too
Oh.
close.
Ew, you're breathing my air. Get out of here.
Whitley Strieber, who wrote Communion and is an experiencer. He has some pretty detailed experiences under hypnosis also. And we move on to like Bob Lazar, who is a controversial figure for some. Some people think that he's like a one-off like shill con man that just says whatever.
I think he's the original whistleblower,
I have come around on him a lot with a lot of the new stuff that's come out.
especially recently. Yeah,
Yeah. So he says that there is a element 115
115.
that is like a superconductor type situation thing that helps them create or fly their ships.
Yeah, it's supposed to power their like anti-gravity mechanism that helps the spaceship, the crafts fly and do their thing.
Yeah.
And it can't be like reproduced here on Earth, but like when it is reproduced here, it only lasts like a couple of seconds
Yeah, it's not
before
stable.
both of like, yeah, it's very unstable and we can't reproduce it for very long.
Weird. Next up, Tom DeLonge. We talked about Tom DeLonge, obviously formerly of the band Blink-182. He co-founded the To the Stars Academy, and like we said earlier, kind of just funded more research outside of government influenced research.
What's the name of his book?
Tom DeLonge's book?
I didn't know he had a book.
He probably does. Are you thinking of Lou Elizondo?
No, definitely
No. He probably has a book. I didn't read Tom DeLonge's book though.
I did
Phil,
not.
my husband read that book, and I feel it was huge.
I don't know. Maybe
Carry
it's a
on.
new book
I
on YouTube.
might be.
Yeah. Just a few more, like George Knapp, huge reporter in the field, one of the first people to like really report on UFO sightings and mass sightings, like the Phoenix Lights
Now,
and stuff
yeah,
like that.
now he's the dude.
Yeah, he's my man. He is usually paired up with Jeremy Corbell.
I cannot stand Jeremy Corbell.
He is a personality, acquired taste, but regardless of how you feel about him, I think he's doing a lot for pushing people to keep paying attention. Like, I think it'd be real easy in between all these hearings and all like the little eruptions of news to like completely forget about it. He kind of keeps people focused on it, which is,
Mm.
I think, important. Did you find what you're looking for, John?
Kind of. Yeah, he does have a book or books
Hmm.
written, but anyway.
Ross Coulthart, who is another reporter out of Australia. He works for News Nation mainly. I think he does some independent stuff. He's on a Need to Know podcast. Also, huge player. Lots of the whistleblowers. He's really good about keeping his whistleblowers confidential. We talk about him a lot. David Grush, we talk about a lot. Also, former military whistleblower. Crazy clearances, all kinds of crazy whistleblowing information he let out a couple years ago. And
yeah, so Elizondo and Grush, they were both in like the intelligence community, and Grush's job was essentially to check in on like these special access programs, like these black budget programs, and then he stumbled on to like UAP stuff. And then
Mm.
all these other people started telling him these things, and then he went to the inspector general for the intelligence community, so the ICIG, and shared all his information with him, and then that's how he started getting the ball rolling and essentially pretty much just got us to where we are now. I don't know where he's at. Like, you haven't heard from him in a minute.
no, he testified under oath and he gave his, accounts of everything that he could in a public hearing. And then, like Josh has said, kind of disappeared. I don't know if he's laying low. He did get dragged
Oh yeah,
hard.
he got like a bunch of like threats and stuff. They were going after him for like PTSD back in the day, but he was like he went through therapy and all that shit. Like a lot of they were just like really trying to discredit what he was
Oh.
saying.
Mhm. Which is
But
usually
then now like there's been a lot
flag
of backpedaling because they're like,
he-
well, no, like all of this stuff that you were trying to discredit this man for, you can't discredit him for.
yeah, and it's like you are the one reason why he has PTSD, and
Mhm.
he did everything he was supposed to do. He saw counselors, went to doctors. I don't know if he took medications, whatever it was, he handled it the right way. And like, who are they to like out all of his personal medical
Right.
Right.
weird and shiesty.
But yeah, then him and his family were getting a lot of like threats and stuff like that. And there was like he kept saying that there was like one instance that really like shook him and his family up really bad, but he would never go into detail about it.
Which actually is funny you say that because George Knapp and Jeremy Corbell recently said they've had that experience
Oh, really?
and installed dead man switches in their lives. If you don't know what a dead man switch is, it's basically like an insurance policy that like whatever you're hiding or uh, whatever information you have will be made like public
Ah,
or
In the event of your
whatever,
death.
right.
Yeah.
mysteriously killed or whatever. Yeah, so yeah, a few of them describe like getting some weird phone calls or some shady interactions and getting kind of shakedown.
Mhm. Oh yeah, if they want you, they'll get you.
Hmm.
No ifs, ands, or buts.
Ryan Graves, former Navy pilot, another whistleblower, one of the pilots who actually has video of his close encounter.
Yeah, that was over in Jersey, right?
I don't remember where Graves was when it was over
Yeah,
there.
that was in Jersey. Fravor was in Cali with the Nimitz.
Yeah, I don't know
Yeah.
their location.
Graves was the Go Fast video.
Okay.
Yeah. And then
Didn't-
and then the gimbal. And Fravor was the Tic Tac.
Which was one of the crazy because that's what he has his wingmen with him, right? And then that's the one
Yeah,
where
and
they're
you can
talking back and forth.
yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, that's really it. There's Diane Paluska, who I think just has a good book. Like, she's not super important to the narrative of UAP.
She was in there for a little bit.
She wrote American Cosmic. I think it's a good read, and American Cosmic puts that kind of in a really nice package to understand like this phenomenon with religion. Maybe they're not so separate, and maybe the religions that we know are manipulated into being more of a man religion than they are supposed to be.
100%. That's cool.
So it's a good book, good read. That's really it. I have some other stuff we could get into, but I feel like we're running short on time.
We have a whole month.
Yep.
That's
why
right,
I'm
that
not
is true.
worried. I am not worried.
There's so much to get through.
Yep. So we will be next. I don't know which case. I think Betty and Barney Hill will probably be next after this episode. That's a pretty intense episode. It's not like our last month death episode, but it will get emotional. There are recordings of them under hypnosis that are a little distressing, a little weird, a little creepy, eerie.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. I'm sitting here
Okay.
listening to all of them, and it's just like, I don't want to be in my office with the lights off.
Oh, wow.
It is a little weird. It's
And it's also
Okay.
like really hard to like understand them, so you have to listen to it super loud in your
Exactly.
headphones because it's like what 1960s or
Oh,
70s
Like
audio
recordings.
yeah.
tape.
Yeah, we'll play some of them probably, just
Oh, 100%. I've got
snippets
some.
of it here and there. We got a bunch of other
Got a
cases
bunch
that
of
we're going to
flaps.
get into. Bunch of flaps. Take out your flaps.
Get flappy with it.
I think I found a way to like make this global, so I think we'll be everywhere. We'll be on all the continents. I think we got it covered.
My face on Times Square.
Like Independence Day,
Yeah, hack the system.
every continent. Other than that, guys, that's really it. We appreciate you sticking with us for another episode. I demand that you subscribe. I won't curse at you guys that much anymore. Maybe sometimes. Other than that, guys, any questions? Nope. Good.
Oh, I'm good.
No.
Class can be dismissed.
Yeah. If you have questions, comment below where you're seeing this. Rate us 5 stars on Spotify.
Yeah, if you're listening,
iTunes.
especially an episode like this, if you're listening, come over to the YouTube. You'll get all the
Yeah.
visual aids. We have pictures up. I'll have pictures of the people we talked about, the aliens we talked about, some like definitions for some of the CEs and stuff like that.
If you hit that bell, you'll get little notifications when we post videos, and then you can see it.
Yep.
Very true.
And then you'll feel like you're a true member of a secret society.
Boom.
And not just a flap.
Or a tip.
Don't be a flap.
Or a
All right, guys. Thanks for hanging. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Keep it strange.
Bye.
Thank you for listening. If you would like to join us as a guest, suggest a topic, or have a story you want us to share, we'd love to hear from you. Email us at SSOSpodcast@gmail.com. For more behind-the-scenes updates and exclusive insights about SSOS, make sure to follow us on social media. And don't miss out on the fun. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Again, thank you for listening to the Secret Society of Strangers podcast. This show is an independent production, researched and crafted by our passionate team. But we couldn't do it without all of you. We truly appreciate your support. Embrace the unknown, for not all secrets are meant to be kept. Farewell, strangers.